Welcome back to week 2 of the life of a fantasy football player. This week was honestly an up and down, crazy battle between me and my opponent. Honestly, at the start of the day, several of my players were off to crazy starts, producing tons of points and throwing up everything they had. Honestly, Fred Jackson, Adrian Peterson, Matt Forte, they all busted out, scoring tons of fantasy points for me, keeping me in it basically. Even Matt Schaub threw a couple touchdowns, scored me 17 points, and just went, like, my team almost went beast mode until about 4 o'clock when the second games of the day started, and basically the rest of my players decided not to show up and finish the day out for me. I ended the day with 123 points, which is a pretty decent score. However, prior to losing this week, I was ahead by about 20 points. Now, keep in mind, I had Antonio Gates to play, and my opponent had Miles Austin and I think that was about it. Miles Austin and Gates. And so, leading by 20 points, I had a pretty good idea that I was going to win this game. Until Gates scored 0 freaking points. Seriously. New England covered him like crazy, and Vincent Jackson ended up scoring 31 points that day because the Patriots left him single covered all day and double covered Gates, not allowing to get him a single fantasy point, a single catch, anything. Honestly, how often does Gates put up 0 points? And to add insult to injury, he went down and he hasn't come back since. He may come back this week from injury, but honestly, that was the stupidest thing to happen to me this season. I honestly should have won this week, and I feel like I just got super screwed over by frickin' my own team. I'm a New England supporter, and honestly, my own team killed my fantasy team. Not only that, but I'm up against Miles Austin, who, because of Des Bryant's injury, was basically the #1 receiver that day. And not only that, but Tony Romo and John Kitna decided to throw 3 touchdowns between themselves to Miles Austin, allowing him to score 32 points and my opponent to surpass my score and take the victory over my brutalized Gates score. Like, I don't know how often that happens. Maybe you guys can leave a comment saying, talking about a time where something like that happened to you, where you just got totally screwed over in your fantasy game by something just stupid. Like, it's just, I don't understand how Gates can score 0 frickin' points. Like, he's one of the top tight ends, and I know he was injured, but come on. The Patriots just allowed Vincent Jackson to march down the field and score 1 billion points against them. Meanwhile, double recovering Gates, who was practically limping across the field every time the ball was snapped. It's just retarded. Sorry if that offended anyone, but that's just how I feel. And of course, you can guys just take a look at the scores of this week's game. So there it is. Like, most of my players: Matt Schaub, Matt Forte, Adrian Peterson, Larry Fitzgerald, even Fred Jackson, all of them putting up a ton of points. Personally, I did play the Bears out of respect that this week because of Brian Urlacher's mom's death. But honestly, Peyton Hill is scoring 21 points. The guy has been a dud all the year, and of course he puts 21 points against me. Of course, I did get lucky in the fact that Aaron Rodgers only scored 21 points, but Miles Austin, 32 frickin' points. It was just stupid that was scored against me. And not only that, Miles Austin went down with a hamstring injury for like 4 or 5 weeks after this. Like, couldn't you have done that later on? Couldn't you just had the injury before you scored the 32 points? It's just stupid. Anyways, guys, you can see my frustration here. There's not much saying here. 123 points has been a pretty high score for our league overall. Not many people have been able to score that many points. As you can see, 141 was a high score this week for someone else, but honestly, the scores haven't even reached even close to that in recent weeks. But that's how week 2 ran out, and I'm already on a 2-week losing streak. Not much else to say, but honestly, you guys are going to see some horrible luck even beyond this. Like, it's just stupid. Anyways, hope to see you guys next video, and leave a comment about what you guys think, and feel free to speak your mind, say something about what happened to your fantasy team, and what you think about my week. Anyways, see you later.